streaming.
Maybe Sedge. How do you feel on Sedge? So maybe like Jarvan or Sedge. Those are really good picks with Tristana. Yeah, so if we think that Tristana, probably go in Jarvan Sedge. One of those. I'm not sure when we're gonna pick it yet. But those are possible picks. Support top mid. So support mid top is probably what we should do. Okay. So support top mid. Support mid top mid. But we need to get those that height. That is our big
So I go.
Okay, guys, we are coming at you week 5 of Arizona Fall 2020 Esports season, and this is Willow Canyon's League of Willow against the Salpointe Catholic High School Lancers. Both teams are pretty even in the rankings. That's what the modified Swiss schedule gives you. So we're going to watch the picks and bans, and then I'll be back to discuss it. This is Coach Alfred. I hope you guys are enjoying.
You know, they want to target the lead.
I must not fall. People fear what they cannot understand.
Okay, guys, let's talk about these picks and bans. These two teams that are so equal in the standings. Let's see how this goes. Looking at the players, there is some definite level disparities, especially mid and jungle for Salpointe. That is their highest ranked player, a plat 2 for Flux Neutron, and Potato Man 120, I believe, is a gold. Um, if I remember my scouting report correct, their top is unranked and very low, only like level 13. And their bot laners, let me check my scouting report here real fast. Was a silver 4, and Nighthawk was a bronze 1. So all in all, they have a slight advantage on rankings. But let's look at these picks and bans. So Willow Canyon looked at the scouting report, decided to go ahead and ban the Elise, the Galio, and the Syndra, giving a lot of respect to the jungle player and the mid player there. They also banned the Senna for their ADC, so Ponchan. And the Ornn, I'm not quite sure. That's not exactly who I want to ban, but these kids, they get to make the decisions on game day. As a coach, we only talk to them beforehand. And for Salpointe, they went ahead and banned the Shen and the J4, which were used in yesterday's scrimmage game, to some great effect against Siloam Springs. Also, the Leona was in kind of beast mode. I don't know where the Talon came from. We haven't seen a lot of Talon play from our mid laner, but hey, a ban's a ban. So, looking at these matchups, we have an Alawi, a very traditional top, very bruiserish, against a Zed, who is traditionally a mid laner. But in the new meta with the preseason, we are seeing a lot of assassin mids migrating top, especially Akali. In my own gameplay, I see a lot of Akali. We have a Graves Sejuani, and so Sejuani is going to bring some tankiness. Graves a lot of damage and a little bit of crowd control with his CC, and his ult is very dangerous, especially late into a team fight. Cassiopeia versus Lux, so we have a kind of distance mage versus a mid-range mage. There are a lot of CC, a lot of shutdown here, so that'll be a very interesting matchup. And then in bot lane, we're looking at a Tristana and a Pyke versus an Ezreal and a Morgana. Our ADC player, Frozen Cat 3030, she was a support main until about 2 weeks ago when we forced her into the ADC role, and Morgana was her main. So I don't think that Tristana here is going to have much problem going into Morgana, since Frozen Cat 3030 knows her so well. Ezreal brings a lot of damage, but I think Versasi's Pyke is straight up beast mode, and I think between Tristana's mobility and speed and Pyke's execute, we're going to see a bot lane dominance by Willow, but I've been known to be wrong. All right, so we got about 45 seconds left in our spectators delay, so we'll kick on some music, and I hope you guys enjoy, and good luck and have fun on the Rift today. This is one of my favorite songs. I hope you guys enjoy it. This comes from our WCHS gaming stream music, all no copyright sounds. Oh no, my map is wigging out.
He's a bronze 2.
Yeah, he's showing as unranked on his play versus.
I got enough pictures. Thank you.
Have a good day.
So there was something that came up that we wanted to definitely take a look at. We saw that the top laner for Salpointe is actually playing on a non-linked play versus account, and that is against the rules. We'll continue to play because that playing is important. I do think both accounts are owned by the player because according to the scouting report, he was only level 13 on the linked account and he's level 46 on a bronze 1. So there was some misinformation on our scouts. So here we're seeing some fighting over the early red. Graves versus Sejuani. Sejuani's not getting the best part of this, but Alawi coming down, so there are obviously some communications there. But Cassiopeia coming up, and where is Lux? Lux is nowhere to be found. Lux, the CC here can help if Lux took that, but Lux is just getting away, as is the Sejuani. So a late jungle start for both teams, but Graves did come out on the top there. The Zed definitely helping out, taking care of the Alawi tentacles.
Where's this outside?
Sorry, checking in with the other coach here about that issue, so I will be checking my phone now and again. Please remember this is a 3-minute delay, so what we're seeing is 3 minutes behind what the players are seeing. This is in order to ensure that the spectator is not relaying information to their team that would be relevant. But taking a look at the stats, we see Alawi Zed, pretty even trade right now. Same thing with the jungle players. Neither side really got off to a good start there. Mid laner Cass is taking some dominance, and the bot lane it's equal as of right now. Some early damage on the Morgana and the Ezreal. Let's take a look at what's going on top side or mid side. Some early trading here. Cassiopeia is getting a little bit better. But the shield from Lux is helping negate some of that raw damage from the Cassiopeia. But Cass is getting ahead in CS. That's definitely going to lead an advantage here in the mid lane. But Alawi is scaling hard, so this is good in the top lane. That's going to lead to an advantage, I think, for Willow if top lane can maintain it. Here in the bot lane, we are just doing some trading. Not a lot going on. Good vision from Willow, controlling that bot side jungle. And now even with the... And 1-1 is going to try to take the blue from Salpointe. Let's keep an eye on this just in case the Graves comes. Graves does have some mobility. Oh, but Graves is bot side. I think Graves is looking for a gank here. Will they be able to see it? Lux fighting under tower. Sejuani might be moving up here for a gank. Zed is getting away though. I apologize for my map. I do not know what's wigging out. We might, between matches, close the client and try to restart it. But so I apologize for that, guys. So with this new patch that dropped a little less than a week ago, about 6 days ago, there has been a lot of changes. With the new patch, there's been a lot of new itemization, items that had worked a certain way. For example, I like to play a Mumu and Abyssal Mask was one of his go-to items. Definitely took away some of the power of that item. Different item sets, the new legendaries. I think all players are trying to just get used to the new things that Riot did, dropping for preseason for season 2021. So it's kind of interesting. Some champs are really playing out of what we saw as the meta in season 2020. Was there a kill? Oh, Lux died and I missed it because I was inane chattering and checking my phone. That's what I get for checking my phone. I yell at my students for that, so that is my bad, mea culpa. And Alawi is definitely bullying this Zed. Zed can get ahead though and bring a lot of damage, but I think the Alawi, even though the Alawi was chosen first, is a really good counter into Zed. Right there, just got that whole lane pushed. Tristana got a kill against the Morgana, but did die against the Ezreal. Even tie there, bot lane. Mid lane, we do have that Cassiopeia ahead. Cass went back to buy some items. Let's see what she bought. She's looking Lost Chapter plus Tear of the Goddess, so definitely building up her AP. And ooh, a gank on the Pike from the Graves. So what's going to happen? I think Willow does have vision on this drag, but I don't think that Salpointe has any kind of vision there. Checking with an Oracle Lens, getting a clear there. We're looking at a 3v1. The Morgana is hidden, and Tristana, I think, is definitely trying to figure out where she's at because she can shut things down. But little does she know that both and they're turning the wrong way to see, so I think that Morgana is going to get away, but it is going to allow some catching up in lane. Let's see if Willow realizes this and can get in on Drake. This is a mountain dragon. That's going to give some more armor and magic resist for the first team that gets it. Plus there's bonus points in the tiebreaker series for first dragon, first blood, first tower. So hold on, my assistant coach is asking me a question. And Cass takes down the Lux, but gets double teamed by a Pike Sejuani. So the Alawi's got ahead. Pike clearing out vision. Israel and Morgana, I think, looking to see what's going to happen here with the drag in the tri-bush. So I think Lux is just getting bullied. This might be helpful use later, but that Cass is going to scale and bring a lot to the table when she starts roaming and in the team fights. So we had discussed a different champ to use along with Lux, and I wonder if the other champ would have been a slightly better choice into the Cassiopeia. We'll discuss that champ choice in game 2. I don't want to give anything away. Alawi beating up Zed's soul. That ricochets back. Oh, I apologize for my map. At least the game isn't going off. Okay, so we see Sejuani moving on the Drake. Tristana and Pike coming up to help. Tristana will, I think, get some speed up. So looking at the itemizations, one thing that... so first dragon goes to Willow Canyon, plus 6 armor, plus 6 magic resist, 6%. So definitely a big buff. No, Lone Woofy was Willow Canyon's top laner last year. Started out as the ADC this year. Did a pretty good job. Pretty punishing. Slow to scale, but kind of looks like it here. But is brand new to mid lane as Willow Canyon lost its mid laner. So kind of new to the role and trying to figure things out.
You could ult that. That's what he knows really, really well.
Both 6 and 7. Alawi heading back to spend some of that hard-earned gold. Roughly 60 CS at 10-minute mark, so good job. 70 for the Tristana. The tankiness of Sejuani there, and the stun. Can the Lux get away? Lux is, I think, going for the kill, but not realizing that the Graves is just going to make some abuse there. So 6 kills for Salpointe, 3 kills for Willow. Salpointe is up about 1,500 gold at the 11-minute mark, but 1 dragon for Willow for sure. Tristana escaping there. So looking at kills, top lane is pretty neutral, 0-0-0. The junglers are 2-1-2, 1-1-1. Mid lane, I think, is where you're seeing a big difference, 3-1-1 versus 1-3-0. And the Ezreal ult comes out, but doesn't quite take down the Tristana. Lowy might be hunting the good flash, but an even better flash by the Zed. I think Alawi was trying to hunt down that Graves. Does have vision in the river bush, so. And Zed had to back out, so that's going to give a definite plate to Alawi, letting her get ahead. Both sides bot laners headed back to buy some gear. Pyke has his first support item with Runesteel Spalters, and Morgana does as well with her Frostfang. The Bandoglass Mirror, pretty good with the base mana regeneration and AP for her. And then it looks like Pyke is going for just raw damage, bring that damage out. Divine Sunder for the Ezreal, kind of going anti-tank, which not quite sure. It is going based off max health, so that will be useful against the Sejuani and Alawi later, but as of right now, not so much here. Good use of the Black Shield by the Morgana, stopping the stun. Almost got the hook there. We're looking at, excuse me, another tired night for Coach. 52 seconds on a Cloud Drake, so we're going to see either an Infernal or a Ocean's Dragon Soul. I think Graves made a big mistake there. But their bot lane comes up, and the Cass gets ahead by taking down both the Pyke and the Sejuani, leaving a dragon for them if they want it. And the Tristana went down as well. I did not see who got the Tristana, so if you guys can hear it, whoever's watching, let me know. It's still early enough that I think that both sides can come back and for another dragon fight. But with Sejuani moving to topside jungle, I think 1TerraOne is assuming that that drag is taken because neither team has vision in the dragon pit. So no one knows quite what's going on. Excuse me, Salpointe does have some vision there, so that might be an issue that Willow is unaware of. And now we're seeing once again a fight in dragon pit. Neither side really has much vision here, but if this is going to be a fight, this is a 2v3 fight. I don't think Willow can bring much. And the Cass is rolling down. Can the Lux come down and help out her team? Morgana got the stun on the Pyke. And another kill on the pike. So that's 3 kills on the pike, which is kind of surprising.
Oh, nice. Nice job, guys. Get that one charge. Okay, you take it back.
Looks like excellent execute by the pike, but Ezreal managed to take down the pike, but is kind of cornered against a full strength Tristana. Good use of the flash, a bomb. Will it work? Will it work? Nope. So that's a 1-1 trade bot lane. But that Ezreal is still really far ahead, 4-0-3. The Cass is ahead 5-1-4, and so is the Graves. Looks like Zed was getting some tower action down now that the Alawi went down. Now, don't be confused. This is actually a bomb, not a cute little penguin. Will the minion wave be able to take down that tower? Probably not. Bot side tower is open. So while the Ezreal is scaling ahead, I think all in all that Willow is actually slightly ahead in terms of objectives and things in the bot lane, but that Ezreal is ahead, being 4-0-3. So Willow clearing enemy vision out of their jungle. Graves doing a great job there. If we look at his vision score, 24-18. For your vision score, you should be roughly 1.5 times your minutes, which is exactly where the Graves is, which shows why he's a gold player. The Cassiopeia is not focusing so much on vision as so much as punishing the Lux, and Pike is doing much better on this vision score, as is the Tristana and the Alawi. So it'll be interesting to see if that vision will be effective. Good dodge there by Frozen Cat 30-30. Looks like Graves is setting up a gank here. Or they're, no, we got a minute and a half before a drag. So he's just going to take Willow's jungle. This is driving me crazy. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening there. Sejuani grabs the Rift Herald, eliminates that tower. Taking advantage of another death by the Zed. Graves up and over the wall. 3v2 again. Oh, Willow might even take this second tower. So top lane fully cleared of towers. There's only base towers left. I don't think this Herald will get another one here. The Zed, I think, is going to take him down here. Yep. Down with the Herald, but that is 2 towers. A lot of gold for the Alawi to spend. Has her Trinity Force and Steel-Plated Steel Caps. And Eclipse for the Zed. So I don't really play Zed, so this is kind of interesting to me, looking at items that Zed would use. Hitting a champion with 2 or separate attacks or abilities within 1.5 seconds deals 8 max physical health damage and grants movement speed. Super useful for a mobile assassin that is Zed. Okay, sorry. I had to share some school-related things with my other coach. So, things I didn't want on the open internet. So it looks like we have another fight for drag here. Alawi out of position. Getting pummeled by the Graves. Managing to get away. Willow manages to get away, but this poor Ocean Drake just wants somebody to kill it, take its buff. Great job with the dodge there by the Lux, but can't really get in. An excellent screen allowing the Graves to get in. And Zed goes down to the Tristana. Or no, excuse me, Zed takes down the Tristana using some of those shadow abilities. I'm sorry, I'm getting things a little backwards today. That's what happens when you don't sleep. So this Cass is taking this topside jungle. The Lux is completely unaware of her, I think. Pike sees her. Can the Pike take her? I don't know if the Pike has the ability. 5 levels behind, and I think the Cassiopeia definitely can move in there. And yeah, when you're fighting against a very fed Cassiopeia with a 5 level difference, I don't think that was a wise decision by Versace, moving it on the Cassiopeia. Graves look like he might take out this topside jungle. Now he's cleared that wave. He's got his own wave in his head. This tower is going down. The Sejuani's there, but Sejuani's behind. You can see this in the CS difference. 157 to 85. Pretty big difference there. Alawi getting kind of bullied. That ult that I talked about with Graves into the Alawi. Big drop. So get me some water. It's been a long day at class today. We talked about a lot of things. There was a lot of discussion, so my throat's a little parched. So Salpointe Lancers are ahead 2 dragons and about 6k gold and 10 kills. And Versace's really getting out of position with his Pike. Not quite sure what he's doing. He's normally much more aware of his surroundings. I'm thinking Willow needs to get together and have a really good team fight to get kind of their their morale up. They seem a little scattered, a little off. Personally, I wonder if it's a little bit of fatigue having a scrimmage yesterday. Yesterday's scrimmage was absolutely fantastic. A few nail biter moments. Could have gone either way for both teams. Sejuani really out of place there. But does manage to get away. So Willow is together with a fully health Alawi who just purchased. Not quite sure what she's building toward with the new itemization. There's a lot there. That corrupting poison could be super helpful, especially against some of these enemy champs that she has to go in. So we see the bot lane tower going down to the Cassiopeia. Level 15, 714 still. Very much ahead, almost 100 CS. That's a huge discrepancy in CS. You don't want to be more than 10 behind. 20 behind, you're in trouble, and after that, it's really hard to get back. Lux is not really a scaling champion, so we'll see how this goes. And Salpointe takes the takes the Baron. Just having a conversation with the other coach. Lux is managing to get away against the Graves. This is going to lead to a third dragon for Salpointe, giving them 3 dragons to 1. Another major buff, so now 5% missing health every 5 seconds. Ultimate ability, plus 10, and then Willow can match that with the plus 6 armor magic resist. But we're looking for an Ocean Soul here, which is going to give a lot of health regen to a team that really doesn't need it. Just an advantage. They do have that Baron buff. They took the Baron, they took the Dragon. Let's see if they can take advantage of this. Are they going to push up mid? So Willow has, I think it's about equal in towers down. Tristana being squishy, but does have that mobility to get away from the cast here. I think Sejuani, just that mid jungle difference, it can really feel it. And one big surprise for me is the Versace and his pike play. Normally he's much better with his pike. Here's Zed taking advantage of that Baron buff, pushing Alawi back. Those two are alone, so I think the Alawi can really move in on this Zed if she chose to. See if Eilith decides to move in. Cassiopeia is just deadly, but Alawi takes her down, getting the 1,000 gold bounty. But now Alawi's alone, 4v1. I don't even think an Alawi can get away there. And Zed picks up the kill. Versace moving. Salpointe definitely has the Baron buff and taking advantage of it. Moving up mid. Just doing an ARAM up in here. I do not know what's going on with my map. I think I will be, after this match, I'll be restarting my client. Hopefully that will fix a few things. Yesterday it went perfect, so I don't know what's going on. So first Nexus Tower down by Salpointe. Big fight here. Baron buff is down, but this Graves is very far ahead. Can do a lot of damage. Sejuani rooted. I think Sejuani's going to go down here. Yup. And can they take this top tower? Still has full health. They don't have a Baron buff. They have one Nexus down. But Salpointe is not letting up, not going back, not trying to spend this gold from the few kills they're getting in Willow's base. Good use of the Black Shield. Oh, and down goes the Graves to the Alawi. I think Alawi's the bruiser this time. Tristana picking up some kills. Here comes the Cass. And the CC there from Cass and Graves. And then we have an Ez. I think this is going to be game. There's not much Willow can do being aced out here. The damage these three can put out is deadly. We're going to see a Nexus go down. They did not get the sub 30 extra points, nor the Dragon Soul or Baron, if it is going down here. but it is a nice clean win by Salpointe. I think Graves is really wanting that kill, that bonus kill. So, alrighty, so that's that, and we look at a 15K gold difference, definitely telling 31 to 10. Let's take a look at some stats here.
So I had to shut off. So what do we?
Now let's look at some details here. We can definitely see that Salpointe was much better in the team fight phase than Willow. Willow only having 13 assists, so that's something they can work on. This is something I thought Willow had worked on and fixed in yesterday's game, but it seems like they're back at it with that lack of team fight. Now let's look at some advanced detail. So I apologize, my assistant coach talking to the back. All the teams were pretty low on damage, with the exception of the Cass and the Graves, right? Lux had 14, the Tristana 10. Low damage kind of all around. So we're going to set up for game 2 of this week 5 match between Salpointe Lancers and League of Willow from Willow Canyon High School in Surprise, Arizona. And we'll be right back, guys.
Weak willed fools.
Pathetic.
People fear what they cannot understand. I must not fall.
Who dares defy my will?
Fine. I don't need more enemies.
You have the heart of a weakling.
Learn from your mistakes.
Hey guys, so we're back for game 2 of our week 5 match. A few changes here going down. So looking at the bans, Willow Canyon went with pretty much the same 3 bans, the Galio, Elise, and Syndra. That Cassiopeia was quite strong, and they still took the Senna, and they decided to ban the Riven. I did find out from the other coach that the Zed was not the top laner's primary choice. That was a mispick. He did all right though, but it apparently was his first time playing Zed, so that kind of explains some of the issues there on that top lane. And for Salpointe, they banned a Shen, a J4, and a Volibear. It seems like there's a targeted jungle ban there. Also the Leona and Talon. So looking at our matchups here, we have an Ornn Garen matchup in the top. So Garen, is he going to build tanky items or is he going to go for damage? I would build tank, but my assistant coach says to build attack speed. I'm not quite sure if the old meta of building attack speed will help with this spin, but let's see. And Ornn has a lot of strength, especially since he doesn't have to waste time going back, since he can make his items in lane. We have a Set versus Graves. We saw how effective that Graves was for Salpointe. We'll see if he can maintain that Potato Man 120. If Potato Man 120 can maintain that against the Set. We have a total switch up here in the mid lane. Instead of going mage types or CC, here is just a lot of raw damage. A Fizz versus a Yone. Can Lone Woofy pull it out and come back? There was a lot of bullying with that Cassiopeia. In the bot lane, we have an Ashe Ezreal, an Ezreal Morgana again versus an Ashe Pyke. Not quite sure I'd make that choice, but if Ashe can scale and get a lot of speed, she's going to be deadly in the lane. Tristana can do that, but Tristana is about mobility. Ashe is about taking away the enemy's mobility. Her attacks do take away a lot of Ezreal's getting awayness, plus there's a stun there that the Pyke can take advantage of. The Pyke play by Versace was a surprise. That's not something I'm used to seeing with him. I think he was only 2-6 and 2 or 3 on that last game. He made a lot of weird decisions, but hopefully he can pick it back up, get back into his groove. One thing we focus on here at Willow is that you get up every time you fall, right? We all make mistakes, and that's okay. So we want to make sure that we're learning, we're growing, and that's what winning culture is. It's not that we win all the time, it's that we never ever give up. And even when we lose, we're planning for the next game, we're planning for the next day, for the next moment, and trying to win. All right, so we got about 45 seconds here, so let's enjoy some music until we get to the second match of Willow Canyon versus Salpointe Catholic. Oh, hey, SCH Badgers Esports. Glad you popped in to say hi. Hope you're still here. I don't always watch chat. I'm not real good at that. All right, here we go. Back to the cast. Oh, still here. Awesome. Hey, hope you enjoy this match. The first match was a little bit of bullying. Let's see if this works out in the second one. Awesome. We love to hear people looking to recruit our players. Also look to recruit other teams. We're always here for that. We want to get our student athletes to the next level. So, hey, pay a special attention to Frozen Cat 3030. She was our support main. We just shifted her over to ADC. She's doing a pretty good job in in that switch, so that's something new. Our only other senior here is Lone Woofy. So take a look at him. He also just switched to a new laning assignment to mid. He used to be our ADC. And I will tell you, watch out for Versace in the support role. He is a freshman, and there's a lot of potential there. So we got 3-4 years to develop him, or 3.5 more years to develop him. Let's see how that goes. And I will say that the mid laner for Salpointe and their jungle player are really good. I'm not sure about their graduating class, but both of those are really good. Their mid laner's a Plat 2, and their jungle is a Gold 2, but I think he plays at a much higher level. A lot of bullying, a lot of awareness.
30 seconds until
All right, so it looks like Salpointe went into a standard 5-point defense. Willow Canyon is gathering up. I think they're waiting for an invade. Oh, I'm sorry, Salpointe. We switched sides, so I apologize. I got that totally wrong. Salpointe is red in this match, and it looks like they went to a full defense here. Willow went into a 5-point. The set is backing out. Probably going to go for a red play. Graves is going to back, I think, to go ahead and pick up his red. So both teams are starting out with red. Yone and Fizz are just kind of scouting out, making sure everything's right. I wonder if this Garen is going to come and help leash the Graves. So speaking of scouting, Badger Esports, let me know if you have any advice for getting kids to start casting. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm too old. I want to get some kids in here and get them excited and get them talking about the game. So let's take a look down here at bot lane. Morgana hiding out. Ooh, bad route, bad route. We do, but both of them are playing at home right now, and so that's kind of limited some things because we have our streaming set up here at the school. And once again, we're seeing a CS build difference in the mid lane with Salpointe. Graves doing an early invade, picking up a lot here on the set, but the set did get both of his buffs, and Fizz is coming in, but there's a Yone here. It's kind of a big team fight. Don't know what set's going to bring here. Maybe a takedown on the... Oh, first blood going to Salpointe. The Yone could have gone down, but the set moving on the wrong target. Yone was nearly dead. Look at that. So first blood going to Salpointe. Congratulations, guys, on that. That does bring extra points in the tiebreakers for the season standings. And Willow Canyon once again, no vision. Oh, great hook by the Pike. Can Ashe bring her down? No, not quite. Not yet. So almost. Morgana's really out of the fight here. That's going to lead to a 2-1 lane bully. Can Willow take advantage of that temporary 2v1? So jungle is much more even this time. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea, SHC Badgers. Definitely talk to my subs about doing that. We did do a scrimmage against a team in Arkansas yesterday, and their coach offered after the game, she says next time we play that we can do a 2-person announcer there on Discord. So need to keep that in mind. That's what we did do. In fact, I tried to announce once through Coach's Rivals, but my internet connection was having a problem, so I had to drop out. I think we were doing 3 of us in that one. Okay, let's go back here to the mid. The Yone is doing some bullying here. Ahead by about 9 CS. A little worrisome here, early game, that far ahead. In the last game, I believe the final CS difference was over 100, so strong mid lane playing from Flux Neutron. Garen bullying the Ornn, but it's a pretty safe play for Ornn to be under tower there. Making, let's see, what's he making here? Made his Bramble Vest, so great job getting that a little early. That's going to only make everything a little harder for the Garen. Yeah, the new itemizations are worrisome to me. I think the other thing that's weird with the newest patch is this, the new jungle item with the Ember Knife, and I can't remember the other one, Ice something. How that... Ooh, Lone Woofy gets the kill on Flux Neutron while I'm rambling about items. That is the Lone Woofy I know and love. But these new jungle items where you need to smite early, smite often to kind of upgrade yourself, as opposed to the old 1600 gold grind to get your full jungle item, and then it did take up a space. It's really kind of useful as a jungle main myself. It takes some getting used to, and the other players struggle with it as well. Before I never would smite on my first red or blue camp, but now I'm doing it. Ezreal punishing the Ashe here while the Pike is out of place. Yone with his rubber band of death. Both top laners at level 6, but Garen has some extra health here on the Ornn. Can he take advantage of it? Ornn ahead a little bit in CS, nothing too insurmountable. That silence and spin, but Ornn manages to get out of it, manages to get him airborne, placing his vision. Smart move by the Ornn. Set, I think, was looking for a gank, decided not to. We do have a Mountain Drake up. Mountain Drake's been up for 2.5 minutes now. Neither team seems too much in a rush to get it. Neither team does have vision on the pit. So Set can be a bully if Set can get ahead, so I think it's just smart play to kind of grind, but to give up that early mountain buffs and just general dragon buffs, kind of questionable. Ooh, bad ult by the Fizz. Orange Bramble Vest, I think, worked out really well for him there. Garen is a little far behind. Ooh, and the Flux Neutron takes down the Fizz under tower with his ability to kind of send out that Phantom. It doesn't take a lot of damage. Can always survive a little. Airborne up again. That Bramble Vest is just not helping Garen at all. Ooh, good use of the ult. Gets him airborne, flashing out. Oh, Garen manages to escape with very few hit points. Oh, deciding to stick in the battle. Interesting. There must be some... Oh, yes, I missed it. The Graves is there. Graves taking advantage of the inexperience of Willow Canyon's top player, who thought he could go all in on Garen. No vision. Definitely a hindrance. Keep your vision up off your river, laners. Jungle will take advantage of it. But Set, realizing that Graves is top, moving in on this Mountain Drake. Excellent use of an objective and map awareness. And Ornn TPing in. Maybe wanting to move in on this Garen. Why he's still low in health. So, first dragon goes to Willow Canyon. That is plus 6% armor and magic resist.
No, oh, no, we can't take it. Yeah. No, he's gonna try to go over the wall.
What skin is that for Ash?
I think that's the Western one.
No, that's not High Noon because
Or
it's
is
got
it the
like.
Fey? That's the Fey Dragon.
Is that the Fey Dragon?
That's
Oh
a
man,
Chrono
man, I was gonna buy that one.
You still can.
I know I can. I just don't have any RP right now.
Payday next week.
Payday is next week, but I am trying to save up for Christmas for my kids. So we have a pretty cool gift planned for
That's why
them.
you don't have kids.
Yeah, it's true. Why you don't have kids, right? I think you're probably the smarter of the two of us here, Coach. So one thing I've noticed about this Ornn play is Ylith does seem to pop his fire cone, that fire breath, in the wrong direction quite often. So Ornn does lock down in that direction. Once he pops, it's his W, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I played Ornn a few times. Not a lot, but enough. Yeah, getting that Garen airborne, getting him away from that CS. CS is pretty even. Garen's a little bit ahead, only by 1. And that Bramble Vest is just doing its job, protecting the Garen. But once again, no vision for Willow in the top top lane. Not a lot of vision mid lane either. Salpointe does have some vision here. Headed to bot river. And bot lane is very different this game than it was the last game. Neither side is really taking advantage. I think they got a measure of each other. Both of them are at 0-0, pretty much tied up CS wise. A little bit ahead for the Pike, but both players do have their support items. Yone pulling in the Immortal Shield Bow with that lifesteal. It's going to be very useful. Probably going to start building some attack speed to take advantage of that. And Fizz has the Hextech Alternator, giving him that AP and dealing extra damage to the champ. So hasn't seemed to help so far because that Yone is so ahead, 50 CS and to the kills. Sorry, I'm focused a lot on this top lane because there's some excitement going on there with the two inexperienced players from both teams kind of going at it. Sen and Graves, I think both of them are sitting there trying to move in on this Herald. Ornn coming down. Let's see if Graves is going to do anything about this. Maybe trying to sneak a spite. And red team steals the Herald with the Graves ult. Yone trying to come down and pick up a gank, but Versace got the kill, but I thought that was the Ashe, so we'll see what's going on there. So here we have Morgana hanging out. Versace heading back. Take advantage of that kill. So top lane, Willow Canyon is slightly ahead right now. But we're looking at pretty even kill spread, with most of that being the Yone, but Yone has died 3 times, so kind of negating those 4 kills. But Yone is able to punish the mid lane. Graves taking care of River Vision. I think Graves is going to come up here soon and punish the Ornn. The Ornn has a little bit of vision for at least a little bit. Graves backing in the river bush. Set clearing out his wolves. We have a Cloud Drake coming in 30 seconds. So that's going to lead us to an Infernal or an Ocean Drake. In the last match we had an Ocean Drake. Let's see how that goes. Maybe we'll get an Infernal this time. That extra damage is only going to help whichever team gets it. Pike manages to get away. Nice dodge there by Ashe. Not that time. Clearing out vision. Yone setting up, I think, for a fight here in jungle. The Cloud Drake has popped. The Graves coming down. Clearing out Scuttle to keep themselves extra vision. Both teams have wards that can see. So what's going to happen here? We got a Fizz coming. Big fight bot lane. Trying to collapse, take advantage of some things there. Good use of the ult by the Ashe, but the Ignite takes her down. Graves moving in. Oh, an ult. Stupid directed. Camera. Switch over to manual camera. Sometimes I don't mind the directed camera. It keeps me on topic. Graves has pulled this Drake out. I don't think there's much Willow can do unless Seth's willing to dive in there and try to get a flash. And he misused his exploding bulb. I don't think that's what it's called, but
Which one?
the plant that explodes you over the wall.
Oh,
I know, that's what my brain's doing right now. So Set, I think, doing a better job here.
Blast Kiln.
Blast Cone, yep. So Set misusing that Blast Cone. Could have probably stole that Cloud Drake. And we are looking at another Ocean Drake for this, or Ocean Soul for this match. So same as the last match. Pretty useful. We're going to get some health regen for whoever picks up the next 3, plus the soul. Here's Ashe taking advantage of her speed and her Q. Slowing everybody down with her W. Keeping Ezreal and Morgana on their toes. Gray's taking out the Blast Cone, so no one can get the kill on him. Blue pinging. Graves is always a solid choice for jungle. Wow. Rolled my ankle last night. Can't find a comfortable position for it. But the Garen has now come up with the Gore Drinker. Which is giving him a lot of lifesteal. Restoring a lot of health there. So here we have tank versus damage, and I think Garen's getting ahead. With that, that is an absolutely fantastic item.
Yeah,
there.
a little strong.
A little strong. We might see a nerf there. You know, maybe 12% of missing health for each champion hit on Garen. That's really strong. Or any kind of speed melee. So like if I could see it in good use with an Akali, an Aurelia. Oh, an Aurelia, that would just be nasty combined with her natural abilities. Oh, we're missing a big fight down here. Focus so much on items. Fizz comes in and misses on the ult. Both Ashe and Pyke are down. And a good route by the Morgana taking out the Fizz. Graves is coming. Set doesn't have anywhere really to go. If there's a tower dive here. And good flash getting out. So we're looking at 3 here. I think this bot tower is probably going to go down. But Pyke is coming in. Ashe is coming in. They might be able to keep this, but Graves is behind here. Kind of foregoing his Krugs. Don't quite understand why he didn't come in for the gank. These guys were completely... Well, maybe he was aware of that pink ward. Good hook. Spell immune. Tried to execute on a... Tried to execute on a black shield.
It goes through.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it
She
didn't.
flashed out.
Oh, did she flash out? Graves coming in, just showing them some respect. don't think Ashe has her ult up to stun the Graves. Nope, but did manage to escape. This is a much closer bot lane than it was in the first match. Remind me to talk to the AD tomorrow when he gets back.
Okay. Yeah, because there are plenty of team fights they can win, but they can't do anything. We can talk to them together.
We don't have a prep together, do we?
My prep is third.
You have first or second lunch?
First.
Let's go first lunch tomorrow.
And I have ice school. With
Let's go first lunch because I have to be in here with Unified.
okay. At lunch?
Yeah, well, my 4th hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a student that needs to come in, but I'll send him over tomorrow.
Ocean Drake. Yone keeping everybody on their toes here in the jungle. There is a blast cone. Set 1 and 2 set could have gone over. Had a smite. So once again we see Salpointe with objective control. It's only going to get them ahead. 21 minutes into the game. Salpointe ahead by about 4,000 gold. CS difference is starting to build in the top lane.
So, you'll see a fight coming up soon.
What?
You'll see a fight coming up soon.
They lag. Yeah, we are having some lag issues here in our arena. It wasn't a Baron fight, right? Here we have the Graves alone. Good use of the ult by the Ornn. And the set goes down. Seems like, yeah, I can see where the lag was happening there. Top tower goes down to the 4 Salpointe. Champs. Yone down here, kind of split pushing. Yone taking out the Willow jungle. We're starting to see a similar reaction to what happened last week, or excuse me, last game with Willow, where Salpointe is really taking advantage and control of the jungle, preventing Willow from getting anything. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Good shutdown by the Pike, getting the Garen out of position Don't know what Yone is probably trying to set something up here. Fizz completely unaware. But managing to get mostly away. But does not. So 10-4-3 versus a 2-8-1. That mid lane is just really owned by Flux Neutron. There. Some great play there. So once again, this is game 2 of Salpointe Catholic High School versus Willow Canyon High School. So I believe Salpointe is in Tucson, if I am correct, and we are in Surprise, Arizona. Kind of a dead space right now. Both teams kind of setting up for something. We got 45 seconds on the next Ocean Drake. Willow has not done a good job controlling that. They do have some vision right now, but their vision is canceled because of the opposing pink horde. I think with 22 seconds left, I'm not sure if that move by Pike backing was the right move if we're setting up a team fight. No blast cone for over the wall. Graves coming down, Yone being able to come down, and the Garen being able to split push. So here the Ocean Dragon is down. And once again, the Yone kind of distracting everybody. But can they move in on this? Almost. Ash almost stole that. Great double kill there for the Pike. This is the Pike play we've been looking for with Versace. Here comes the hook. Oh, missed the hook against the Garen. But can they get in there? Or excuse me, the Graves. And the pullback, and great job. Quadra kill for the Pike. All Willow are together here in the bot lane. Are they going to make a push here? Get them out. They have the Garen kind of hanging out, waiting. Oh, Garen has so much health. Good stun by the Ashe. Almost brought down the Garen there. Two turrets down bot lane. An Ezreal ult that I don't think really hit anybody. Well, maybe the Ashe and Pike. But not enough to bring anybody down. Yone coming down and using all that pent-up gold and items. Let's look at these Yone items here. We have the Immortal Shield Bow, Infinity Edge, and Bloodthirster. So much lifesteal. Yone is going to be hard to take down, so extra crit. Frozen Cat looks like she just bought Blade of the Rune King. Also more lifesteal for her. Looks like Salpointe is making a play on Baron. This is what they did last time, right at the 28-minute mark. No Dragon Soul for Salpointe in the first game. They took down the Baron, decided to make a push. But Willow's in a much better position this time than it was last time. So let's see if this works. Pike coming up, Ornn coming up. Ashe is there. Yone, just so much damage. And I think the Pike here is going to execute. And even though Salpointe got the Baron buff, only 3 of them survived that fight, so not as effective as it was in the first match. Set managing to get away. I think Ornn almost getting away here, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this Garen. One tower there to protect him. Both of them have their... And Yleth manages to get away. Not quite sure why the Garen didn't move on him. Garen must not have his ult up, because that ult definitely would have killed. What? Graves. I'm sorry. Ugh. It's been a long day. Forgive me. Graves did not have his ult up, I don't think. That's the third missed ult there by Fizz. But that tower did go down because of the Graves. Willow Candy kind of spreading out. I think both teams are trying to figure out what they want to do here. You do have an Ezreal Yone mid. Neither of them have the Baron buff. Who's got the Baron buff? We see a Graves, we see the Morgana, and... Man, I am screwing up names left and right. Garen and Morgana and Graves all have the Baron buff, but it is Garen and Morgana mid that's going to help them out here. And Yone loving to hang out in Willow's jungle, stealing all their buffs, keeping himself safe. There is an Ocean Drake spawning in about 50 seconds. This would be Soul. Let's see what's going on here. Fight mid. Frozen Cat taking down the Garen. Ashe is starting to get up. Good use by Ornn's ult. This is on a razor's edge. I think if Willow makes a single mistake here and 2 or 3 of them die, I think this is going to be it for them. And Ashe goes down. Bot lane, neither bot lane are really that effective in this game as opposed to the first game. Graves and Yone, so the jungle mid, are really what's carrying this team. So Salpointe moving all 4 of them into Ocean Drake. Nothing Willow can do about this. This is going to be a Ocean Soul for Salpointe. Good use of objectives. Yone just clearing this jungle, just getting ahead more and more all the time. I think we're going to see a bot lane clear. Now every tower, every inhib gives you tiebreaker points, which are going to be useful for playoff determinations. So taking out these towers. But a sub 30 win does generate you a lot more points than all these towers. So a quick dive down mid can actually generate more points. So a Dragon Soul, which we did not see in the first game. Salpointe just taking advantage of their Baron buff and I think this is here where we see the... Oh, this is tight. Under tower. Garen is taking out that tower, that inhib. Set hyper focusing on the Garen. Seeing this minion wave just absolutely clearing. And Yone is just carrying this Salpointe team. 14 kills, 15 kills. Oh wait, no. Did not get that. The Garen got it. Maybe I need to learn some Garen. This is the second Nexus tower down. That's a lot of creeps. And it looks like... And GG to Salpointe sweeping this match for week 5. Let's take a look at the stats here. 18, 29, and 24 versus a 29, 18, and 25. This was a lot closer match than the first one. Let's take a look at some advanced details just real fast, looking at total damage champions. Willow Canyon did much better this time. 19, 19, and 12. Bot lane definitely carrying a lot more in this game. Set really low at 5K. You have Garen at 16 compared to the Ornn at 13. That was kind of even until the end, but we're definitely seeing that the Garen damage compared to the Ornn tankiness. Graves at 19. This Yone, though, look at that Yone, 35,000 damage. Definitely carrying that team. 13 and 12. So all in all, I think that second match was much more competitive, but congratulations to Salpointe. And next week there will be no League of Legends match on Tuesday. We are taking next week off for Thanksgiving break, even though Willow Canyon will be in school Tuesday. Tuesday is no game, and so we'll see you the week after that. And have a good night, and remember, guys, stay true to each other, lift everybody up, tear no one down.